What's going on, guys? It's your man Mr. Lux, aka the Married Gamer, and we are back for another year on the channel. Let's hope 2021 is going to be better in the long run than 2020 has been. I know we still have a lot of things to get beyond. We got to still get COVID under control. We got to get past and get a grasp on the injustice in this country and the most recent events that have happened. We have got to get that under control. We got to hold people accountable no matter who they are. But outside of all of that, let's just focus on the YouTube side of things. And I'm here to tell you guys, I put a post out earlier today to let you guys know that I'm back. I'm going to be more dedicated than I've ever been to this channel. I'm going to be more consistent with the uploads. You guys deserve that. And I'm going to make sure that this year is the year that our channel grows, and it's going to become a source where you can come to for your MLB The Show entertainment. And we'll see, you know, what we can do after that, as far as like reaching out to other avenues of gaming. But the primary focus of this channel is always going to be MLB The Show. I do have another channel that I can use that for other things, but I want to make sure that you guys will stay dedicated and subscribe to this channel because you love baseball, you know, through and through. I want to make sure that I provide you with that content. I want you to give me feedback on the types of things you would like to see from MLB The Show. Or in general, if it's not MLB The Show and you're still subscribed to my channel for other reasons, let me know what you would like to see from the channel. Because that's the only way that we're going to grow together. That's the only way that this channel is going to get more exposure, is that you guys have to give me feedback on what you would like to see. And the gameplay footage in the background, this is a roster called Long Balls. And it's from the guy who's in charge of the whole full minors. This is his fantasy roster file, where it's the 90s era. I don't know if it's like 95, 96 year of Major League Baseball, but it's called Long Balls. So I downloaded that, you know, because that was a good year when you had McGuire and Sosa going for the home run title. It was, you know, baseball was a little more dynamic. It was a lot more fun then. So this is the footage you see in the background. But what I want to talk about today was these next-gen consoles, and I want to talk to you about my experience with these next-gen consoles. So it's pretty funny because, so let's start at the beginning. November, when the consoles were up for pre-order, I didn't really go for the pre-order. I believe that was November. No, when they went on sale, actually, in November when they went on sale, when Xbox went on sale and PlayStation went on sale a few days later. I didn't initially try to get one then because I was like, you know, I'll just wait until later on. I'll let this first wave of people go by because I know it's going to be kind of hard to get a pre-order. And I was like, I'll just wait because they'll get some more stock before Christmas. Well, little did I know, and a lot of us know, and a lot of you may know what I'm talking about, that we were not aware that when they were going to get a new shipment of consoles, next-gen consoles in, that all those consoles are going to be online only. And thus lies where the problem began for all of us gamers who wanted to upgrade to a next-gen console. Because that invited the greedy paws of scalpers using their bot programs. And this is not anything new. It's sort of new to the gaming world, but it's not new to the sneaker world. Because from what I understand, that scalpers have been doing this in the sneaker world and probably clothing and all that kind of stuff. Anything that's like a really high demand item that it's done online, scalpers have always been a big part of, you know, grabbing that inventory and then selling it at a ridiculous, you know, bump. So nobody really knew at the time that this was what we're going to be facing. And the more it happened, the more coverage it got, the more the scalpers got motivated to keep on doing it. And you would see consoles being sold for like 3 times as much as what you would have paid for it if you got it legitimately. So my journey began with trying to get the PlayStation 5. Like eventually I want to get both because I'm a gamer. I'm not a fanboy of either console. Or you can say I'm a fanboy of both consoles because I'm a gamer. And if you're a real gamer, you don't pledge allegiance to one console or another. To me, that's so silly for somebody to try to go so hard for PlayStation or Xbox. If you're a gamer, it doesn't matter. You're playing games. The system that you play them on shouldn't matter. It's that you're playing the game. So, that's my mindset. I grew up playing Atari, Intellivision, ColecoVision, then moving to the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, the Dreamcast, and then on to the Xbox and the PlayStation. Like I played all these consoles from the late 70s. Of course, you look at the beard, gray hair. I've been around a while. So I've played all of these consoles. So when you want to talk about a true gamer, like if you started like in the late 70s, early 80s, we were the generation that grew up with console gaming. So if anybody's a true gamer, it's going to be people that are in like their early to late 40s, I would say, or even late 30s to late 40s, in that area. Like we've grown up with gaming for real. So that kind of gives you my passion for gaming. So, when I decided I was trying to get a PlayStation, because the reason why I was going to get the PlayStation first, because let's not kid ourselves, these consoles are very expensive. So, you got to pick a choice of which one you want to get, So you just have to start picking and choosing, like, what features does this have versus this one? And, like, you got to start looking and nitpicking at that point because you're spending actual money. And so I wanted to go for the PlayStation 5 because I kept hearing a lot of good things about this controller with the haptic feedback and how it really enhances the games and the gameplay all across the board. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go for that. That's the wrong number for Sammy Sosa. He should be, 21, right? So my immediate first task was trying to get the PlayStation 5. I tried from Walmart. I tried from Target. I tried from Best Buy. And much like probably you guys experienced as well, the moment that it went live, it was gone just like that. There was a couple times when I think Target was selling it that I was able to get it in my cart. As a matter of fact, that happened to me on Walmart as well. I got it in my cart, but then no sooner that it was in my cart, it would tell me that it was out of stock. But it was still showing in my cart, and I was like, well, obviously that's a glitch. It's telling me it's out of stock, and I'm pretty sure it's out of stock at this point. So I would just like refresh the page and try all over again and see if it was some random chance I would get lucky, but never got lucky. And this will go on week after week after week, and now we're getting into late November, early December. Same thing. I would look on YouTube and like follow some of these guys who were like live streaming that were like kind of like keeping up all these different web pages to see if anything was going to drop after midnight. Because that's happened a couple times. I stayed up pretty late some nights to see if I can have a chance to get one. Never really worked out. So here comes mid-December, close to mid-December, around December 12th. I was going to try again. Walmart was going to have another drop of Xboxes and PlayStations. And I've been trying for the PlayStation 5 for so long. I say, you know what? I know right now the PlayStation 5 is on fire. Everybody wants it. Everybody wants the Xbox Series X, not as much as people are trying to get this PlayStation. So I said, you know what? I'm going to try the lesser of two evils now. I'm going to try to go ahead and get the Xbox Series X. Like I said, I'm a gamer. I love both equally. And so that day, I said, I'm going to give this one more try. I let my wife know, because she's helped me a couple times too, she was in there on her phone, trying to see if she can get a console for me when I first was starting out around November time. So I told her, I'm going to try again. This will probably be my last time until sometime after the new year, because at this point, there's not going to be any more sold before Christmas, because it's just too close to the holidays. So my same process, waited till the time for it to go live. I'm clicking refresh, clicking the button to add it, try to, place the order. And, got lucky. I was able to click it to put it in my cart. But, I wasn't getting too pumped up about it because I've been at this spot before. I've had it to where I've got in my cart before, so I wasn't getting excited about it. Got the Xbox in my cart, went through I was able to get to the part where you choose your payment information. I was able to put my 3-digit CVV code from the back of my card in there, and I clicked place order. and it was spinning. It took a minute. It came back and it was like, there's a problem with your order. So, here we go again. I've been through this before. But I remember, you know, after watching a lot of these YouTube live streamers that were trying to help people get them, they were just saying, like, if it's in your cart, stay there. Just keep refreshing like, keep trying to place the order. Just don't leave. Just don't go back and try to start all over. Stay in your cart page and keep trying to place the order from there. So that's what I kept doing, and I was going fast too. I kept putting my CVV code back in because that's where it kept taking me back to, was just to put in my CVV code. Put that in, click place order. It take me back. Put my CVV code in, place order, blah blah blah. I did that maybe about, I don't know, maybe 12 to 15 times. On that 15th time, it went through, and I was kind of frozen because I didn't know what to do at that point, because I remember I haven't made it this far, and it was showing that the order was placed, but I still was kind of skeptical. I was like, did it really go through? Because this website has been very glitchy because it's getting bombarded with traffic. And the moment I knew that the order went through, even though it was showing on my screen and I seen an order number there, I still wasn't quite sure yet. But my watch started vibrating, and my phone started chiming, and my credit card company showed that I made the purchase. So right then and there, I knew I was locked in. And I could not believe it, because I told my wife, I was like, I said, you won't believe what happened. After all this trying, and I said, this is going to be my last time, I actually got it. And she was excited for me, and she was like, I can't believe you actually got it. I was like, I know, I cannot believe it. And, you know, I placed the order. I placed the order on December 12th for my Xbox, and it said I will get it January 7th. I was like, that's fine. You know, as long as I got it, and I know these things are going to be hard to get, even within the first 3 months of the new year, because it's just going to be like that. I said, you know, I can wait until I get it in January. I'll, you know, take a day off from work or something like that. You know, that's no big deal. So, you know, so I got the console, and I was happy that I was able to get it. And you know, a couple days later, you know, there's going to be another drop of PlayStation 5. So I was like, you know what, just for the heck of it, I'm just going to just mess around and see if I can get one. Really wasn't trying to get one because I already spent over $500 for the Xbox. I'm like, that's enough money to be spending. I don't want to be spending that kind of money in this short span of time for two consoles. But here we go, the same process. You know, it went live. I'm refreshing. I'm clicking, trying to add item to cart. It was added to my cart. I clicked I tried to place the order, put my credit card information in, put my CVV code in again. It did the same thing a little bit, but I didn't have to go through doing that like 15 times like I did with the Xbox. Maybe like 7 or 8 times, and the order went through. And I was like, no way. I done went from potentially not getting any console to now I may end up getting both. And next thing I know, my watch chimed in, my phone alerts went off, my credit card company was showing that another purchase had been made from Walmart. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I done went from thinking I wasn't going to get any of them to now I got both of them. So I was already preparing myself to wait until the next year to get my on January 7th for my Xbox, and the PlayStation said January 9th. So, you know, I was like, okay, cool, no big deal. I'll just wait then. And I checked my order history. I checked my order like on the 23rd of December, just to make sure that it was still there, because you know it was still, like, I don't trust, it just seems too good to be true, even though the money was already paid for out of my account. And when I checked Walmart and I checked my order, and I was like, oh, it's not just in processing no more, it's actually, it has a tracking number on it now. So I clicked the tracking number, and instead of it saying January 7th, guys, it said my order would be here on December 26th, a day after Christmas. I'm like, wow. And keep in mind now, my job, we get a week off for Christmas every year, and then I take a little extra time. So I had almost a week and a half off from work starting on the 24th, and I wasn't scheduled to go back to work until January 5th. So I had plenty of time to spare. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I didn't get it on Christmas, but I got it the following day, the following morning. So I'm like, that's fine with me, because I mean, mostly all Christmas we're just, you know, enjoying our kids, playing with their stuff, and you know, we're just relaxing. And so I get my Xbox way earlier than I thought. Hooked it up. Simple hookup process using the app. All my games from my Xbox One X were already on the external drive. I never put anything on the internal drive because I had an 8 terabyte external drive, so I put all of my games on that external drive, plugged it right into my Series X. Everything's there, no problem. And any games that I had on that external drive that were recognized to be smart delivery, like so it can be upgraded to the next gen version of it. So that was games like Forza Horizon 4, Destiny, Star Wars Squadrons, Rainbow Six Siege, Gears of War 5, and a couple other games I had on there. So I was off rocking and rolling once all those updates went through. I have about maybe like 4 big games, 4 to 5 large games on the internal drive, because you can only have those on the internal drive of the Xbox. So I have about 4 or 5 of those games on there, and then the rest are some smaller games like roller coaster kind of tycoon game and some game called Grounded. They don't take up that much space, but the drive is already half full on the internal SSD, which not surprised because you only get like maybe 800 gigs worth of space after all the iOS stuff is already the UI stuff is already taking off some of that storage space. So, but I still have like 151 games that are on my external drive, and they play just fine, no issues at all. The speed of the Xbox Series X in terms of like on Destiny, how fast that you can load into the gaming world. I even took GTA 5 off my external drive and put it on the internal drive just to test the speeds. From the menu screen to loading into GTA Online took about a minute, and that's fast when you compare it to how long it takes from on the Xbox Series, on the Xbox One X. It takes about almost 2.5-3 minutes to load. So the smart delivery stuff is so fun to have. I mean, it's like a feature you really didn't think you would need until you realize you got it, and how cool it is. So you can just, any game that doesn't use like an always online internet connection, you can just play and just switch to a different game. You can do up to like maybe 5 to 6 games, and you can go back to them and it'll pick you immediately right where you left off. And you may think, why would I need that? I'll just start the game back up. It shouldn't take that long. But when you realize how quickly and how much time you're saving, it's pretty impressive. And that's going to be high 2-2 now. So, got my Xbox. I'm loving it. Been playing it. It's fantastic. So the PlayStation, you know, it was still showing in process to be delivered on January 9th. Now, as you guys can tell by this video or the day of this upload, it's the 8th. I'm gonna try to upload it by the 8th, but it's the 8th, and it was still showing in process. And I'm like, well, if it's in process and it's not even being shipped out, and I'm like, I don't want my money to be held in limbo, because now these funds are being held on my credit card, and this doesn't look like this PlayStation 5 is going to get to me by tomorrow, because it's not even been sent to a vendor to be delivered to me. And that was yesterday when I was looking at that. And so today, because I already told my wife, well, I'm going to wait till Sunday, the 10th, because I want to give the complete day of the 9th to pass over before I try to call my credit card company to have my funds released back to my credit card and cancel this order. So I checked it today. Well, I checked it this evening, and it's updated, but it said it'll be here on the 12th. I said, okay, well, I feel better about that. It's not coming here on the 9th like they said, but the 12th, Tuesday, it's going to be here. So that lets me know that my order isn't just like, it's not false. It's not something that's just stuck in the system. It is legit. So about an hour and a half ago, I checked it again. Just someone told me, just check it again. I checked it again, and this time I clicked on the tracking number. And when I clicked on the tracking number, it said that my order will be delivered tonight, January 8th. I said, no way. So I clicked on the one that takes me to the vendor, that checked the tracking number for the vendor that's going to be coming, because the tracking number I just told you guys about, that was on Walmart's website. So I clicked the tracking number that goes directly to the vendor, and it was in their hub that's like 15 miles away from my house. So I know it's on its way. It's too close. So I'm pretty excited about it, guys, that I'm going to get my PlayStation probably within the next hour. And, you know, I'm going to be rocking and rolling with that tomorrow. I'm going to set it up tonight, but I'll be playing on that tomorrow. I want to see how MLB The Show 20 looks on it. See how how fast it loads in. See any upgrades that are on the game, and then I'm definitely gonna be bringing you guys some content from the PlayStation 5. So it's gonna be a fun time, and I'm pretty excited. And if you guys got you a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X, put it down in the comments below and let me know. Sound off. Let me know what games you've been playing and how's your experience been. But until then, I'm Mr. Lux, aka the Married Gamer, and I'm out. Peace.